Thank you for staying with us. The new year comes with new changes, developments and restructuring to allow room for growth in the country. Now, the Ekiti State Governor, Biodun Oyebanji, after approving the appointment of some aides, special assistants and senior special assistants, among others, to see their appointments as an opportunity to serve the people of the state and contribute to the administration's development agenda. This is also as President Tinubu is ensuring all government officials are on their toes to ensure positive development in the country. Well, joining us via Zoom is the Special Advisor, Director General, Office of Transformation and Service Delivery, Dr. John Ekundayo, to talk more on this matter. Good morning. It's good to see you. Happy New Year. Dr. John Ekundayo, can you hear me? Good morning, Dr. John Ekundayo.
Yeah, good morning, Veronica.
Happy New Year. It's good to see you again. All right, Dr. John Ekundayo, I believe you can hear me clearly now. Talk to us about this matter of key performance indicators. I know this is not the first time the governor is speaking to the issue of key performance indicators and how it is that things will not be done the way they used to for the fact that there is the need to have a different result, especially in his tenure as it is. Talk to us how far this is delivering on the needed result that the governor has been looking forward to.
Thank you, Veronica. Well, it's not the first time that the governor will be happy on performance of political appointees in the states. So he has said so different for us, and the Office of Transformation and Service Delivery has already outlined some key performance indicators to evaluate the performance of political appointees in such a transparent manner that will be fair to everybody, and is actually to see how government is moving forward. And part of it also will be to look at challenges being faced by the ministries, departments, and agencies in navigating the way forward.
Right, Dr. Ekundayo, we would like you to, so that we can hear ourselves, in real time, you may want to turn down the volume on your TV set so that it doesn't give you that feedback that it's giving. But while that is done, a few months ago, your state introduced the public service assessment and improvement model, which you also, spoke to us about, a few months ago, just to ensure quality service delivery by the MDAs. How far-reaching, this an initiative, or this is a kind of a program that was, initially used in the USA in over 60 countries globally. So how far-reaching has this been since you introduced this to the state in terms of ensuring the quality delivery of governance, by the MDAs?
I seem not to get your question clearly. Please, can you come again?
Yes, I was trying to ask about the initiative which you brought to the state a few months ago, the Public Service Assessment and Improvement Model. Something, very close to the KPI of the thing in order to ensure quality service delivery by the MDAs. So I'm, doing a follow-up on that. How far-reaching has it been since the introduction to the government?
Okay. Actually, the full cabinet was constituted in August 8th to be precise, 2023. And right from that moment, the state government, ESCO, Executive Council, and the accounting officers went on a retreat 2 days after the inauguration. So, and the governor, His Excellency Mr. Biodun Oyebanji, sat throughout the 3 days retreat. It was a working retreat, and he reiterated there the need to submit work plans, MDA to submit work plan to the Office of Transformation and Service Delivery, and which actually was complied with, and also from there to the budget, because if you don't have your work plan, then it may not enter the budget. So we follow that process through, and every 100 days, Mr. Governor had been reporting to Ekiti, the people of Ekiti, how far his government has gone, and so that people also have their feedback into governance. So, and OTSD, our office, the Office of Transformation and Service Delivery, have been present in all the 100 days and even getting feelers from the constituents to see how the government is faring, which we have been submitting to Mr. Governor, so that with that, the government is also inputting the feedback. That's part of the monitoring, evaluation, and learning process into governance. And we have even gone further to look at it as, we don't need to wait for 100 days. Why not before the 100 days? Going out, not just to the venue, but to, taking 3 towns in the 3 senatorial districts, and gauging the feelers, the feedback from the people about governance, which we have reported to Mr. Governor about. So actually, the MDAs, they are aware, the political appointees are aware, but he is just at the Thanksgiving service of 2nd of January, reminding them of the process so that everybody will be on his or her toe, and within the time frame, there's still time to amend and do some things based on the KPIs that will be used for evaluation.
So if we are saying that since August of 2023, one could say that it's about 100 days already with regards to the measurement of their performance, because when they signed the performance bond, the governor told them that it had started counting, measuring their performance. The measurement of their performance had started counting. And so anyone who could not deliver should just go through the door. So talk to us how far the state has come with regards to measurement of these performances by the commissioners or political appointees, and what the government is saying with regards to those who have not met up with their deliverables.
Okay, thank you, Veronica, for that salient question. Really, there have been some metrics that will be used. Part of it, there have been a statewide circular that was issued in September, way back in September 2023, which was called Transformation Tidbit. In the circular, it's just that there should be certain number of days maximum that you have to respond to mails emanating from another MDA to your MDA. And if there's a memo, from maybe a memo, the number of days also you have to respond. Maybe from the governor's office, there's a mail to your table as Honorable Commissioner or Special Advisor, the number of days. And if there is an inquiry from the citizen about one thing or the other, you have to respond. Because what we found out before is that such an inquiry can just be there And if people don't know people in government, I don't know the commissioner, I don't know the SA or the permanent secretary, then I can just wait forever. But it's no more going to be like that in Ekiti State, because we have the transformation take place. And also for investors, we have discovered that genuine investors actually wanted to come to Ekiti in time past, but because of some lackadaisical attitude on our own part in the past, because we are all involved, then we have let these opportunities slip out of our hands. But it won't happen again, because there is a time frame now for an investor wanting to invest in Ekiti, and you have to respond. And while you are making some arrangement, underground. So we are looking at all that metrics, and already we have a team constituted to go to MDAs to check. There's a way within our system we can check to see those who are complying or not. Then we want to see how many approvals you have from the governor to carry out one program or the other in your work plan. And are you even following the work plan? Are you adhering to it? We want to look at all this. So these are the KPIs, and then we want to see how far you have assessed your budget. You have your budget, how far have you assessed? And of course, people will have challenges. We want to discuss those challenges so that we can know how to move forward. And so with that, we'll be able to know actually where you need to improve upon, where there's the need actually maybe for government to do something. It's not just about, oh, okay, you have not done well. Like I used to tell people, OTSD, Office of Transformation and Service Delivery, we are facilitators. We are not policemen, we are not auditors. We want to facilitate in order to ensure that there is effective delivery.
So are we saying that so far no assessment has been made, and that every political appointee or commissioner as it is has met up with their deliverables?
I would say no assessment now, but we have the yardstick, like I said, and there are some things we are watching. And let me just say this also.
I asked this question because you said that you are looking at 100 days, and it's over 100 days already.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I would call that a pre-assessment in getting feedback from the people. Actually, the surveys is about, we have done survey now about 3 times, is to get feedback rather from the people and see how they are feeling. The educational services, government is rendering, health services, agric, rural development, and we have the 6 strategic actionable pillars of the Biodun Oyebanji led administration. So we, on that pillar, want to see whether people are really aware of the pillars, and we have found out they are aware, and we have known the area they score highest, and it's like a recurring thing. So we know that when you see that in research, you know that actually you are getting your point right. There have not been wide disparity in going out. In fact, with that, Mr. Governor said, okay, make a presentation so that everybody will be on the same page. So I want to say there have been a pre-assessment to just gauge the feeler of the followers and see whether we can put their inputs in governance, which we have been doing. So I call that a pre-assessment, so to say. But let me add this, that also the Mr. Governor has approved graciously for us to have a dashboard in Ekiti. And Ekiti will simply be one of the first states in Nigeria to have a dashboard for all our projects. It will just be, like that, transparent. The inspection, video, picture, it will just be there. When you are talking about one road or the other, like government have just awarded the circular road, ring road, around at Ekiti now, that will link other towns. We have a lot of construction going on, Kolese Bode Road, Ikere, Baraudo Road, that will link Osun State, so that people coming for tourists, something to Ikogosi, we find access right when they are coming from Lagos or coming from Ibadan. So all that will be seen, and people will see, oh, this is how far we have moved, and the last inspection we showed. So these are things that are in the offing that are coming up that will really show transparency and the probity in service delivery.
I love the fact that you've actually spoken to my, my pre-planned next question, which has to do with the fact that, if government has its own KPI, what about the KPIs from the people? Because whatever the government does, the people have the final say. But then moving forward, Governor Oyebanji signed into law the 2024 appropriation bill, Christian budget of sustainable growth and development, with the assurance that his administration is going to, is fully prepared to implement the budget for the realization of his administration's shared prosperity agenda. That is one thing. How do you feel that this budget, I think is 156 or thereabout billion naira, how do you feel that this, how do you think that this will reflect the dividends of democracy, of governance to the people who, all of the governance, all of the things that the government, is doing or will be doing are meant for?
Well, a budget is a budget of growth and development, sustainable growth, actually. And because now we have moved, Ekiti State have moved from a kind of, if you look at the metrics, we're having 44% capital budget and 56 recurrent. This is the first time that you have such in Ekiti State. I can tell you, you can check from the record, because it used to be around 35 capital, 34, there about 30. But you can see the leap. And it is just that the state wants to be improving every year. We want to get better, more of capital than recurrent. Is it because the capital is really speaking to what we impart the lives of the populace, what we impart the life of the followers. So we are talking about roads, we are talking about agribusiness, we are talking about health, we are talking about education. It's really, that's where the capital something is there. So we are moving. And don't forget that Ekiti has backlog of salaries, backlog of gratuities, pensions to be paid, which, our Governor Biodun Oyebanji, has created a new record in that, from time to time, the pensioners, they have been smiling because, and even backup salaries have been clear, despite the paucity of funds. So you can see that for our budget coming up, improving in capital votes, much more than previous years, then it's kudos to this particular administration. But that's why our office, OTSD, wants to ensure adherence to that budget, to see that the people, MDS are complying, and then we want to see the measurement of, performance of the budget. Because if you can have budget, it's just estimate. But how actually are you assessing that estimate? That would mean actual spending on what and what. So these are things that we will look at and report. And with that, we can say, okay, we have moved thus far, and then we have these challenges, and then we can improve on the challenges. It's actually about what works, what doesn't work, and why it doesn't work. And that's all about it.
Interesting, because I was going to ask for you to talk to us about the 2023 budget. If, from your assessment, it has performed to its fullest.
Hello, I can't hear you. Can you say it again?
I was going to ask about the 2023 budget because, like you mentioned, the governor just signed in the 2024 budget, assented to it. I'm wondering how the 2023 budget performed based on the governor's plan for the state. Since you are part of those who are assessing if it worked, if it didn't, and what should be done to ensure that the 2024 budget works?
2023 budget, I don't have the exact figure with me, Veronica, but by and large, I was part of the process, towards the end of the year, but I can't give you the exact figure, but that budget has performed because we can see most of our projects that were marked that will be done at the beginning of the year were actually there. So, but I can't give you the exact percentage now. But what we want to do is, whatever figure we have, we want to improve so that, I served in Lagos State before for many years. I was Director of Monitoring and Evaluation in the Ministry of Economic Planning and Budget. And we want to even surpass the best record of the subnational in budget performance. And that is why we want to ensure that we have all these metrics and we are checking it every six months with political appointees to see that there's no infraction, to see that we are we are going along. And if there is something that the government needs to do to help in execution, then government can timely come to do that, so that at the end of a quarter, we are looking at performance, because we're checking the performance quarterly, or budget. Then we look at it and say, oh, quarter one, we have moved thus far. In quarter two, we can raise the bar in this area and this area and make sure we perform better. So that's what I can say for now.
Right, talking about appointments and then ensuring that the appointees deliver on their mandate. And sometimes the appointments made in politics is usually based on reward for loyalty. I'm not saying that's the way it is for Ekiti State, but then not necessarily based on competence. Then we expect them to deliver, to bring on deliverables. How do you feel that? What would you say about the governor? Because we had seen what happened, at the national level, the scandal that rocks the Humanitarian Affairs Ministries, and the swiftness of the president in relieving or in suspending the minister involved in this scandal. Do you think Governor Oyebanji will have the willpower, without fear of favor, taking action, decisive action against any aberrant or erring appointee in his government?
Well, thank you, Ibrahim, for that salient question. Anybody who knows His Excellency Mr. Biodun Oyebanji very well, we attest to the fact that he's friendly, he's gracious, but we also say, if you know him closely, that he's very firm. When he takes decision, he's very firm. And even those who have worked with him before, those who are who he will regard as his leader, they know that he could be very firm. I remember we were in the retreat that we had in August last year, after the inauguration into the cabinet. And, in one of the sessions, the former governor came in, Dr. John Kayode Fayemi, His Excellency Dr. John Kayode Fayemi, and he just gave us a brief chat and he said, I know Biodun, I know him, I know your governor, I know, but one thing is, he could be very firm. And for those of us who are, a bit close to him, we can say that he could be firm and blunt. And if you can see the body language at the Thanksgiving service of 2nd of January, I believe he meant business and is ready to make sure that there's performance, because he has a social contract, and he has always been saying it, a social contract with Ekiti people, and that he sees this as an opportunity for him, having been in the system for 20 over years, serving as PA, as special advisor, as commissioner, as SSG, to better the lot of Ekiti people. So I can tell you that he will be firm, and he will take right decision, promptly.
All right. We must thank you, Dr. John Ekundayo, Special Advisor, Director General, Office of Transformation and Service Delivery. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
All right, coming up, the heat in the